Hey, it's me, Tim here, and GuineaPigTanks.com world headquarters, taking a break from guitars to just give you a quick update on these guinea pig tanks. But first, let's, watch some guinea pigs drive some tanks, because that's what we're really here for. I published a video in November about this sort of silly idea I had about making these little cardboard tanks for guinea pigs to drive around in. At the time, I wasn't sure if I was the only person that found this amusing and fun, and apparently I am not, because man oh man, things took off fast. After I launched the video, sales were so crazy in the first 24 hours I had to shut down the web store to regroup and reassess how I was going to actually fulfill the orders that came in and then continue to manufacture them at that level. It was just an amazing outpouring of interest and support. I was prepared to make them at a fairly robust quantity, but nothing like what came in, so I had to very quickly retool and rethink how I was going to manufacture these things. After that initial 24-hour craziness, I was able to reconfigure and reopen the store a week later. I upped the price a little bit, but when I did that, I included a donation to the CT Humane Society for every sale made. And at the end of the month of December, I was able to write a check to the CT Humane Society for almost $600. It was incredible. We're going to continue with that dollar per order donation to the CT Humane Society indefinitely. I launched the store on Etsy because I already had my old Etsy page from 10 years ago sitting there basically idle. It seemed like a good place to start. But since then, I've kept the Etsy store open for people that might accidentally find it there, but I also did turn my URL, GuineaPigTanks.com, into an official online store. This means a little bit more work for me, getting the store set up and printing the orders and whatnot, but it means a lot more return to me because I don't have those Etsy fees to pay. I also started an Instagram page just for this endeavor. It's @GuineaPigTanks, and if you ever want to follow along, you can go there. It's a question that was raised by a couple people of whether this was something that was amusing for humans and not necessarily good for guinea pigs, or what's the deal with that? Of course, like all animals, every guinea pig has its own personality, and not all of them are going to be drivers. Now that I've got a lot of these out in other people's hands, it's been really great to see the feedback, and we see that some guinea pigs just want nothing to do with them, and other guinea pigs instantly get in them and take off, and then of course every point in the spectrum in between too. Take a look at this video from just the other day of my pigs Butter and Froyo playing in their tanks. There's two things in particular that guinea pigs do to really show that they're excited and having fun. One is called popcorning, where they kind of hop up in the air, and the other one is called zoomies, where they just run as fast as they can for no reason. And you can see in this video that Froyo is just having so much fun, she can't contain her zoomies, does a bunch of laps, and you can even see Butter popcorn a little bit inside the tank. So does that mean all guinea pigs are going to enjoy this? No, but it does seem like a lot of them do. I can't guarantee all pigs are going to be drivers, but if you have the kind of pig that likes to get into their little hidey space and sort of push it around, and that's a very common behavior for pigs, there's a good chance that your pig is going to love this. But back to the business side. In order to keep up with production, I had to drastically change the way I was manufacturing these. The first thought I had was to switch to a die cutter type situation, but in order to do that, there's going to be a lot of special machinery and tooling that would take place and take time and take a lot of money. And I don't think the business will ever be big enough to be worthy of that investment for all these custom tools. So instead what I did is I got smart about the way I was cutting them out on the laser. In my original files, I had the guinea pig tank logo on the side of each piece, and I also had some little words that got etched in to sort of give instructions to help you assemble it. I removed all of that from the laser files, and that took off most of the time and made it now more of a feasible project to attack. I instead made stamps on the laser that I can then stamp those instructions and those words in place. Another obstacle I was running into was a steady supply of quality cardboard. I didn't want to use any reclaimed like I usually do for this product because it's stuff that's going into the use of animals. They're going to be chewing on it, so I want to make sure nobody gets sick. I had to get new cardboard, and I was buying it from box companies and other supply places, but all the sheets that I were buying, these flat sheets of cardboard, were being treated more like packing material than they were a commodity, and so I was just having a difficult time getting in high quality flat cardboard that didn't have all the edges chewed up and strap marks and staples in it and stuff. But then through a sort of weird circumstance, I reconnected with a man that I knew from a long time ago who used to bar back at a place I used to play the bass in when I was a musician. And he now works for a cardboard company about a half hour away from here. So now I'm getting custom cardboard made right in Connecticut, right to order, right to my specifications, and I go and I pick it up myself, so it's just mint. And I love working locally. I love that I've been able to do that. It just really was a game changer. Also, since I'm getting this cardboard custom made, I'm able to get it with a flat matte finish on one side and then the regular sort of cardboard brown on the other side, which is super exciting. It's not really that much more, and what it does is it gives me the opportunity to vary up the look of the vehicle. So I kept the tanks and the bulldozers in the brown family because that just seemed appropriate, but then all the cars and pickup trucks I made white, so now they just look a little more finished, and it also makes this sort of like a kid craft as well, so you can color and decorate your tanks the way you want them to be. Another thing I did to improve the product quality and the cutting time was I made some minor changes to my files, just making sure that all the points that we're cutting were right and necessary and there's no wasted movements of the laser cutter. That saved a lot of time. And the other thing I got wise to was that it mattered which way the corrugation and the cardboard went. So some of the earlier ones I had my files were set up where the pieces were shifted to maximize the usage of the cardboard, but then those pieces were inferior and they would sort of bend and snap easier, the tabs wouldn't work right. So I had to redesign all my files to make sure that the corrugation goes the proper way. And now the product, compared to when I originally came up with it to what's going out the door now with this fresh quality cardboard and this better laser paths and the stamps, it's just like so much better. But that's every business. You got to start somewhere, and you don't get to that point until you figure out why you need to fix things. That plus my regular business should be enough to keep me busy, right? Hang on, there's more. I have two bulk order situations happening right now too, and I want to tell you about. One is there's a website called Cavi Club, and it's a monthly subscription box for guinea pig and cavies, as they're also called, owners, where they has some like treats and some other little things in it, and I have worked out a deal with them. We made a custom vehicle that is only available through this subscription box, and that will be coming out very soon. So if you're interested in that, go to caviclub.com, and that box will be coming out this winter. Another problem I was having that we found a partial solution for is shipping overseas, because these tanks are inexpensive and lightweight, but just shipping out of the country, the shipping fees were often more than the actual tank itself. So that's limiting my viability in markets where guinea pigs are popular, particularly the UK and England. Fortunately, I was contacted by Cavi. They're a UK-based supplier of guinea pig and other small animal supplies, and they saw the idea and loved it and wanted to know how they could get it into their store, which then helped me because now I can service the European community in a way that makes more sense with the cost of shipping. So I'm currently making a wholesale batch of tanks, a huge batch, to go over to the UK to where they can now be sold at cavicage.co.uk or cavicage.com for European customers. So now their store price is going to be a little bit higher than my price because of the cost and expense of getting it over there, and then they need to make a profit, of course, too. But because they'll be shipping from the UK, they will ship all over Europe for like reasonable prices, like what my US customers are paying, and you also won't have to worry about paying a VAT tax or a tariff or anything, so the overall price will come in being less than what it would be to buy from me. They'll have two of the models available there, the two biggest sellers, and I'm really excited to see how this goes down. So just when we get through the big holiday push and we think it's time to take a break, we have these giant orders to fill to keep this ball rolling. And I could not do any of this myself, but fortunately my family has stepped up to help. My wife has taken over the whole shipping department, and my son Vance helps over there a lot, as well as helps here sometimes. And then my daughter Maddie, she's a grown adult, has been in the shop running the laser with me, and some days she just runs Guinea Pig Tank World Headquarters. So we're able to just keep these going and get them out, and it's super cool to have my whole family involved in this thing that I've been doing by myself, you know?
Oh good, he's gone. I haven't eaten in like 5 days.
And then on the days when Maddie isn't here, I do a lot of just running back and forth and just work for 4 minutes, take a piece of cardboard, I'll put another one in and work for 4 minutes. It's crazy. But then once I get through this export push and I got my store plenty stocked up again, and I'm caught up on my guitars and all the other things that I do here, I have some ideas to maybe expand this business a little bit, of some other products that I can introduce that aren't just vehicles, that make sense with the line, that are things that my guinea pigs like, and I think other guinea pigs will like too. One of the reasons I started this YouTube channel was to encourage people to chase their dreams and to try new things. And this has just been this really interesting success story. Most of the times when I'm trying new things, it's not necessarily things that are successful. It's more like pushing the envelope of materials and whatnot. But I never really thought of this as like an educational channel. It's more like a hey, learn with me channel. And this is something that I thought might be beneficial to some of my viewers. If you're all like-minded people and you like to make things, there's a whole lot more to making things than just making them. There's also getting them out the door and creating a market for them and selling them and all that stuff. And it's not the exciting part, it's not the fun part, but it is an important part. So if this little video and the last one, A, make you laugh and have fun for watching how much guinea pigs drive tanks, great, and B, maybe it will help you, give you a little push, either in the butt to get up and try your idea, or a little bit of insight into how you can make your idea a reality in the physical business world. So ask questions, I'll do the best I can to answer them, and thank you all very much for your time and your support. I really appreciate it. Be good.